Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Juan Londoño and today we are going to do an unboxing of the Canon EFM 11 to 22 millimeter f4 to 5.6 IS, which is image stabilized STM or stepper motor. And this is what the box looks like. Not the biggest box in the world. Here's a picture of the lens on the box. Pretty straightforward. So let's open this puppy up and see what comes inside, okay? So I took the courtesy, or the liberty I should say, of taking this thing out of the box that I bought it from. I bought it from B&H. You can buy it from Amazon, you can buy it from Adorama, from wherever you want. This is the box it came in with, some pretty big box actually, with some extra padding. So it came pretty safe, safely packed. So this is what the thing looks like. Let's open this up and see what's inside here. So the first thing we see is warranty card. Fill it out if you get a chance. Here's the kind of instruction manual for this thing. It's a little, pamphlet kind of folded. Inside is the lens. And this is what the thing looks like. There is basically nothing else in this box, just a little padding on the inside, kind of that bubble wrap, the big bubble wrap. And this is the puppy we've been waiting for, right? Let's see what we have here. So this is just more bubble wrap, and on the inside, a plastic little bag. And in here is our prize jewel. Now we're not going to do a review today, we're going to do a review on this lens later. So stay tuned. If you're interested, please like if you found this useful by the time you're done, and subscribe to the channel so you can see the full review of this lens, okay? We're going to do that. Well, I want to take this thing to New York City. Actually, that's why my house is kind of a mess right now. I'm packing, getting all my camera gear ready, and going to New York City for 5 days. Going to shoot, and this is going to be one of my prime lenses. So let's start by saying that 11 to 22 in Canon's equivalent, when you multiply by 1.6, because this is going on the M6 Mark II, if you're putting this on the M50 or M50 Mark II, any crop size camera, and 11 to 22 really, you have to multiply by 1.6. So that ends up being about a 17 to 35, right? So very nice, wide street photography lens. Now, the lens that's on this camera is the 15 to 45, and the 15 to 45, when you multiply that by 1.6, is basically the equivalent of like a 28 to 70 or 24 to 70. It's the equivalent of a 24 to 70. Probably the most versatile lens used by all photographers, right? When I started doing weddings, that was the only lens I had on my full frame camera. It was a 24 to 70 f2.8, right? The L series. So the 14 to 45, f14 to 45 is basically a 24 to 70, and that's what's on the camera. And that's a great street photography lens. But if you need something a little wider, this 11 to 22 is going to take you from 17 to 35. So there's an overlap, right? This goes to 35. The other one begins from 24 to 70, but that's okay. So this is a beautiful lens. It feels, so it's plasticky, right? But it feels dense. It feels solid. It doesn't feel cheaply made. On one end, you have this cap, and this is where it goes attached to the camera. So nice to see that it's a metal bayonet here, not plasticky, which they could have made plastic because it isn't a very heavy lens. And then on this side, we have the element, the front element itself, right? And it's a very pretty lens. You can't see a whole lot, but small little opening right in there. Small little opening, can you see that? It's amazing, right? Now it's probably set to like f22 or something, but it's an amazing looking little aperture blade. So we're going to go into the details of how many aperture blades, of all that stuff later. This is the unboxing, right? So you're left basically with a little manual like this, which folds open, and it's a few languages, right? Just basic stuff. You're left with the warranty card, and you're left with the lens, right? Some bubble wrap, plastic bag, and the box, which I would keep for a little while. The serial numbers on the box. Is it on the lens? Might be. I'm assuming it is, right? Let me look. To see if it, oh yeah, it's on the lens. So keep the box anyway, right, in case there's something wrong. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a filter on this thing, right? I'm taking this with me, so this is really not an unboxing of a B and W filter, but these filters are awesome. This is basically a F Pro, and it's the clear. It's not a haze or UV or anything fancy. It's a clear. I wanted a clear filter. I'm going to be shooting in the city. I don't want anything taken away from my images. I don't want any strange hues and colors. So I'm struggling with this case. It's a good case. Here's the filter. Oh, right. If you have a camera that you take into the streets a lot, that you're banging around, not a bad idea for you to get a filter. This is the first time I take this out. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this cap off, which I had already done kind of. And without touching the glass on either side, I'm going to screw this filter on. I'm glad it fits, and they sent me the right one. B&H is really cool. That's it. This is the F Pro. You can get a slimmer version for a little more money. Considering the kind of lens it is, you know what I realized? This doesn't come with a cap. I'm very disappointed. Luckily, I'm going into New York City, and I'm going to B&H. I'll probably either order from Amazon and get it delivered to my brother's house where I'm staying, and it'll get there like in 2 days and I can use it, or I'll just buy it from B&H. I'm very disappointed that this thing doesn't bring a cap. It's kind of like the 14 to, the 15 to 45. It has this little lock lever here that you have to kind of raise, and then it lets you unlock the lens. And when you do that, now you can use the lens, okay? And when you're going to put it away, you have to put this thing back up again and then put the lens back down, okay? This is image stabilized. There's no image stabilization button out here. It's done in the camera, right? You set it in the camera. So that's basically the unboxing. Very straightforward. I don't want to make this any longer than it is. I'm looking for the cap. The cap fits really well on this filter. The filter isn't a low profile filter, so it gave it like a 1/4 inch height, which I'm not crazy about. There's one that's like 1/8 of an inch. It's half that height. But like I said, for the money, you know, probably the other one's probably like another 15 to 20 bucks. This is perfectly fine. Great filters. This is the lens. It's going to go on that camera, and when I get back from New York City, I'll show you what those pictures look like. Again, this is 17 to 35 millimeter field of view. Now this is a f4 to 6.3, so if you're going to shoot at night, it's going to kill you because it's going to kill a lot of that light. So I have the f22 f2. That's the equivalent of like a 35 millimeter, right? And that's going to work out fine because it's an f2. Which actually is closer to like an f2.6 when you multiply by 1.6, and that's fine. In that case, much more light, a much faster lens for nighttime photography. That's probably going to go on in the evening, and I won't have the flexibility of zooming in and out from either of the two zoom lenses, but works for me. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. Please, again, like down here, subscribe down below if you want to see the review of this lens in full. I get back on Sunday. It'll probably take me about a couple days to edit all the images and then get ready for the lens review, and then we'll put it all together and ship it out to you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I love you guys. Thank you for your time as always. I do respect that and appreciate it greatly. It means a lot to me. So please take care of yourselves. We didn't do a water break, so that's my quick water break. See you in the next video. Ciao for now.